Hi, this is Kina Kim with PivotalDiscovery.com, and today we're here at ILTA 2009 with Henry Alonso, who is the Case Management Administrator with the Chief Counsel's Office, Comptroller of the Currency Administrator of National Banks. And he has gone from being a consultant with his own practice for 15 years to a government agency, and so he's going to share with us his experience here at the conference. Henry?
Well, coming from the vendor side for over 15 years, I'm in a very unique position, and I've always been working for the people who are being served subpoenas and have to produce documents to the government, and now being on the side of the government and giving subpoenas out and that sort of thing. So. But I must have to say that the first thing is that I have to tell you that anything I say is my opinion, and it has nothing to do with the policies or procedures of my agency or the government. And so that's the first thing, and that's sort of different because I used to never have to say anything like that before. Basically, this is a whole different ball game. And one of the things that I have to say right from the start is that this is my first time coming to ILTA. Especially because I've never been a customer before, and now that I'm a customer, it's much easier for me to blend in with other customers and really appreciate what an organization like this and a conference like this does for people who are in the legal, technical field, working for law firms, working for law departments. And it's a fantastic experience to network with others in the same roles and in the same jobs, and hear about their experiences and find out information about how to handle different situations in technology without so much vendors being involved, and that's kind of in a way it's kind of refreshing also. I'd have to say that coming from the vendor side to the government side is kind of very different. But basically, underneath everything, everything's the same, similar, because what you're tackling, what you're dealing with, the information is still basically the same, except that you're not on the giving side, you're on the receiving side of things. So there's a lot of similarities in place. The risks are different, and but you still have the same urgency that's always been there, and the same pressures associated with working with attorneys. Things don't change much.
Now, is there a difference in terms of the time frame, decision-making processes?
Yeah, it's sort of similar, except that we have more control over that because we're the ones that are issuing subpoenas. So if the subpoena says we need it in 30 days, and we're the ones that are sitting there waiting for it to happen, and But the whole goal pretty much is that we want to be able to get the information and be able to research whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's an investigation or a preliminary fact-finding mission or whatever it is that you're doing. It doesn't serve any means to do something that would impede the information being delivered to you. So you want to cooperate, and it's a two-way mirror.
So have you enjoyed the educational sessions here at ILTA?
I sure have. There have been several that just like today, there was one this morning on the Judges eDiscovery Roundtable, where they had several judges. There are former judges, actually, that were talking about eDiscovery and their views and opinions of what they've had in common in conjunction with electronic discovery, and attorneys, and some of the things that we know about attorneys that pretty much is a standard, and that is that they're not exactly jumping on this, and that's why they need people like us to help them with electronic discovery. What does that mean, by the way?
Right.
So that's a big thing, is what is eDiscovery, and what is metadata, and all these different terms that the attorneys don't understand. And I think that litigation support people are going to be around for a very long time. It's job security, as long as the attorneys don't understand or are not willing to become part of it. And these judges were very critical of the attorneys. So it reaffirmed things that I already know. And that is very much a lot of the sessions here are, to me, were basically a lot of them were reaffirming things that I already know and giving me a feeling that, yeah, I'm on the right track again, and that others are experiencing the same things, and basically that I'm not alone.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Henry.
You're welcome.